Hello guys, thank you for coming for my webinar today. We have about 10 more minutes before we start. So just to make sure the connection is okay and you can hear my voice, if you can just type something in the chat and say, hey Max, I can hear you well, that will be appreciated. And then we will just stick for a while for about 10 more minutes, wait till everybody else is coming, and then we will start our webinar. Guys, we have about 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna start the webinar. So get yourself ready. Finish up doing what you're doing right now because you don't want to miss the information I prepared for you. So we have about 5 more minutes, guys. Hi Elaine, thanks for joining. Hi Timur. A couple more minutes, I'm gonna start the webinar, so stick with me. Don't leave. I see more people coming, so hopefully everybody is gonna be in time. So we have about 1 more minute to go. Thanks for coming. Okay guys, seems like it is 2 p.m. so I'm gonna start the webinar now. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for attending the webinar. This is a very clever investment of your time and I will do my best to share lots of valuable information about your first website creation. Before we proceed, I want to ask you to shut down all of your distractions. Close the sites that you've been browsing right now, turn off your instant messenger, close Facebook, and so on. This webinar is full of really important tips and tricks I don't want you to miss. In fact, my advice would be to get a pen and a paper to take notes, and at least that's what I always do as I watch webinars. And before we move any forward, let's take a couple of words about the presenter, being myself. Here am I. Can you see my screen? My name is Max Rhodes. I'm sales manager with MotoCMS.com. I've been a part of this company for about 6 years now, and I consider my biggest achievement in this company is our number one client that we deal with today. We've started working in 2013, and that guy just decided to build a couple of church websites at that moment, and he asked for some help, and he wanted to use MotoCMS admin panel to build these websites. So we've started to work and just probably teach him how to play with MotoCMS a little bit. He catched up pretty well, and right now in 2017 he has more than 1,000 websites, and all of them are built for churches. So a guy who had never learned coding or any coding experience basically just started building websites from nothing, and right now that is the main business for his life, and he makes churches happy and he makes himself happy earning the money with these churches. So website creation is not a big deal in nowadays because technology is growing up really fast, and you just need to catch up with it and you will be good to go. Anyway, I'm gonna put this camera down a little bit so you won't see my screen all the time. I think it will be a little bit better like it is right now. And let's move forward and check probably our first slide for today. It's gonna be our agenda right here. So what we're gonna talk about today is 5 points. First is I'll try to answer the question on how to register domain name and hosting. Probably not all of you know how that can be achieved. Point number 2 will be creating a basic web page by using a CMS, which stands for Content Management System. Then I'll cover a couple of things about SEO, which is search engine optimization. Basically, I will give you some tips and tricks on how to optimize your website and make it appear when somebody searches for some business online. Number 4, we'll be integrating a website with social media. That's going to be pretty fast, a really short point. And the last one will be answering your questions. I hope you're going to have some questions by the end of the webinar that will probably make me feel that you at least pointed attention to what I've been talking about during this 1 hour. Once again, I'm not really prepared. My background is just like not really very beautiful. It's just my workplace. It's my second webinar, so I'm gonna lead it from here. I hope it's not gonna distract you too much, so you just need to point your attention to my sliders, and then I'm gonna show different things using the content management system like a website builder, so you shouldn't have any problems following me. Once again, this is our agenda for today, and I'm gonna move forward, and the first thing I would like to discuss with you is probably the domain name. Let's decide you've came up with an idea what your business should be about, and maybe you have an idea what your startup should do and how you're gonna earn money with that startup. But the next very step will be creating a website in order to promote your idea with other people online. So that's where the website starts from. Probably the best idea will be to start thinking with your domain name. But probably most of you will ask yourself, how my domain name should look like, what are the main things you need to worry about when thinking about new domain name. And that is what about my first slider will be. So the very first thing you probably want to think about is making it easy to type your domain name. Finding a domain name that is easy to type is critical to online success. If you slang like putting U instead of YOU or using words with multiple spellings, it might be harder for customers to find your site, and you're probably gonna lose leads that might heard about your company but they never got to catch up with your website. The thing number two will be keeping the domain name short. If your domain name is long and complex, you risk customers mistyping or misspelling it. Short and simple is the way to go. Just compare it to sample domain names like the best ever nice website.com or sosimple.com. Probably so simple will be much easier to type for a client and find your online business. So the third thing I want you to think about when choosing a domain name is keyword that is associated with your business. Try using keywords that describe your business and the service you offer. For example, if you are a door replacement business, you may want to register doorrepair.com or doorreplacement.com domain name, and already partial keyword about what your business does will be already included in your domain name. It helps improve your rank on search engines, which increases traffic and just makes more sense to your customers. The thing number four will be targeting your area. If you're trying to launch a local business, that is something that you need to think of. Consider including your city or state in your domain name to make it easy for local customers to find and remember. An example, if you plan to replace doors in Chicago or Illinois, you probably want to have a domain name something like chicagodoorrepair.com or phoenixdoorrepair.com and so on. Another thing I want you to think about when choosing a domain name will be avoiding numbers and hyphens. Numbers and hyphens are often misunderstood. People who hear your website address don't know if you're using a numeral 5 or it is a spelled out FIVE, or they misplace or forget even about the dash and you will already lose a potential client. So don't use hyphens or numbers when thinking about your domain name. Another thing to think about when choosing your domain name is to make it memorable. There are millions of registered domain names, so having a domain name that's catchy and memorable is essential. Once you've come up with a name, share it with your close friends to make sure it sounds appealing and makes sense to others. You're probably gonna get pretty good feedback from your friends and relatives or even neighbors about your name, about the name for your domain name that you plan to use, and probably that will give you some more points of view on how to optimize it. You also don't want to forget about researching on that domain name, because you want to make sure the name you've selected is not a trademark or it's not copyrighted or being used by another company. It could result in a huge legal mess that could cost you a fortune as well as your domain name. The last point I want to cover with you today is using an appropriate domain name extension. It's not a big deal for you guys, but some of the actually like what extensions are. These are the suffixes like .com or .net or .org. Basically, it's the end of the web address. These can have specific uses, so make sure to choose one that works for your business. The .com domain extension is far and away the most popular, but it can be tough to get a short and memorable .com domain name because it's been around for so long. People already catched up all the names that you might be coming up with, and you're probably gonna end up with a place where your domain name has been already taken off, and you're not able to move with your brand name because the domain name is simply used by another person. Lately, a lot of different new domain names appeared, like .photography, .nyc, which stands for New York City, for example. You might be thinking about registering something particularly meeting your business needs. So, for example, if you plan to open a pizza in New York, you're probably not going to succeed. There's thousands of pizzas restaurants in New York, but anyway, you probably would like to go ahead with .nyc domain name. So I hope these 8 tips on how to get the best domain name for your startup will help you out when thinking about your new website. Keep that safe with you, and maybe you will get back to these notes when registering a domain name in future. Now I'm gonna move forward with our webinar. The next step I want to talk about is getting a hosting space. Lots of you guys who've joined the webinar might even not know what hosting is all about. Why do you need hosting, and or maybe you don't need hosting. So every website needs to have a hosting space. You need to have your files stored somewhere where your domain name will pick it up from and basically present your own unique information on your domain name. So the files will be stored on a hosting plan. And if you're thinking about the website, you need to think about hosting expenses as well. Uh, for those of you who are not familiar with hosting whatsoever, I'm going to cover 6 easy steps on what you need to point your attention when choosing between large variety of different hosting providers online. So the first thing you might want to think about is server reliability or uptime scores. Nothing is more important than having a 24/7 operating web host. You want your website to be up and running all the time. So you need a web host that is operating on a powerful server and stable network connections. 99.5% and above is the recommended uptime score. Anything below 99% is unacceptable. So when you're thinking about getting a new hosting account, you better want to check with your future hosting provider what will be your uptime score, and they will provide you with that value beforehand. Tip number 4 for choosing web hosting will be server upgrading options. Shared web hosts are pretty powerful these days, but if you expect your website to grow really big in next 2 or 3 years, then you should consider picking up a web host with room to grow. By growing, I mean upgrading your web host from shared hosting to virtual private or dedicated server, or more what it's all about. When upgrading your server, you're getting more processing power, memory capacity, disk storage, and better security features. But when you're thinking about a startup website for a small business, or you probably don't need to worry about that at the first point. So any shared hosting should be okay for you. All right. Let's move forward, and I'm gonna share tip number 3 with you. What you want to think about is multiple add-on domains. Generally speaking, most budget shared hosting companies allow at least 25 add-on domains in one account nowadays. But you can never be sure. I recommend you to check if you can add more domains before you subscribe for a hosting plan. As I'm 100% sure you will not be able to stop with just one website. Believe me, if you're gonna launch your website within a week after that webinar, I'm 100% sure within next month you're gonna start the website number 2 and the website number 3, and you'll really love the website creation process after the webinar. Anyway, when choosing a new hosting account, make sure you can at least add some add-on domains to that web hosting so you can store multiple websites with your hosting account. The next thing I want to talk about will be prices. You probably want to compare hosting sign-up pricing versus renewal cost. Hosting deals, shared hosting especially, are normally selling very cheap on sign-up prices, but they do charge much higher on renewals. So you get a pretty tasty deal to get your first 1 year hosting launched up with somebody, but after that the renewal cost might be like 4 or 5 times more expensive than you paid for the first year. So if you don't want to get in that kind of a situation when you're out of a budget because of your hosting expenses, you probably want to check the renewal cost before you sign up for the hosting plan. Usually $10 per month or below should be okay to go. If it's more expensive, then you probably want to look for another hosting company. Another thing that I would consider be thinking about is a refund policy from these hosting companies. You probably want to answer such questions as, what is the hosting company's refund policy after the trial session? Is there any cancellation charges? For example, you've tested their services for about a month, then you decided to cancel, and they will charge you half a year for the cancellation services. You don't want to work with such companies. Usually 90% of hosting providers nowadays, they do offer very flexible cancellation rates, or even you might be successful in finding some companies that will refund you the full amount without charging you for the trial. And that's something that I can tell you about our recommended hosting company. We work with InMotion Hosting. So that is the company that MotoCMS recommends over to our clients. I'll get back to that in about just 2 minutes. Um, One more thing that I would like to point your attention at is live chat support. It might be not that crucial, but you always need to be sure that there is some guy or some lady that can help you out with the problem that you just got stuck with. For example, your website went down, you need someone to talk to. Personally, I prefer live chat over the phone, and I prefer web hosting company with comprehensive documentation so I can just read and solve the problems myself. But it's just me. You might prefer email or telephone support instead. So what we want is someone who can throw us the life-saving rope instantly when we press the help button, and that's something that you need to make sure the company offers to their clients before signing up with them. And that's another thing that I would like to mention about InMotion Hosting, because they do have sales 24/7 phone line, they do have technical support phone line, and they do offer 24/7 technical support chat, so you will never get stuck with these guys. They will be able to assist you. Moreover, if you're a MotoCMS client, we have lots of tips and tricks on how to make their server run smoothly along with your website. So, when you decide to launch a website, there is a reason for it, right? Some of you already have a startup idea, some of you need some brand exposure or maybe a few more leads, or you just want to sell your stuff online and actually make money. What will be your possible ways to get started? Oops, here you go. Sorry for that. I think mostly all of you feel exactly like that guy on the picture when thinking about that. Looks like we don't have any questions so far, so I'm gonna move forward. Alright, so guys, those of you who's busy surfing other websites might want to take a look at what I'm about to show you. That will be a decision-making point for everybody who joined the webinar. When talking about website creation, there will be two main solutions you may come up with, and it's gonna be hiring a developer or building a website yourself. Using a special software like Website Builder or CMS, for example, like I've mentioned in the very beginning, I will be offering you a CMS that will help you to build a website without any problem. Why do I prefer working with online builders? Here are several things that will just simply help you to make a decision and choose your own road on how to create a website for your future business. So, first thing you would like to compare is the design. When hiring a professional, you're probably gonna waste a couple of weeks with a designer. You're probably gonna spend several $100s with a designer, and maybe you will not be able to achieve what you're looking for 100%. Everybody is a unique person. If you're gonna provide with a strict technical description on what items you want to be located on what part of the page, how many blocks you want to have, and what colors to use, definitely the designer will understand that information with 95%. He will add 5% from himself, 95 will be from you. And that is a professional designer that will cost you a couple $100 or even more. When talking about cheap designers, it's gonna be probably 50-50. You will get 50% of your ideas combined with 50% of his ideas. When talking about an online builder, you just simply look through the list of different templates available for the future website, and you can already decide, all right, I'm looking at light website with white background. I have green colors for my logotype, and that's the color of my business. So I'm looking at a white with green template colors. Then I'm looking at some information about my business, my services, my testimonials, my contacts page, and my team page, for example. You already pick up the design that will suit your needs, that will help you to get the website you're looking for, and it will cost you 100 times cheaper than creating a design from the very beginning, and it will save you a lot of time and money. So you probably want to consider choosing an online builder when thinking about your future website. Another thing that will definitely change your mind about hiring a professional is expensive development. So let's pretend you've spent 2 weeks with a designer and finally got something that you really like, and then you need to hire a coder who will, a programmer who will put all of that together and make it as one thing that will work in your browser, like Google Chrome or, I don't know, Safari. That process of creating a website from a design will take another 2 or 3 weeks. You will get in that kind of problems where the programmer will not be able to satisfy the design for 100% because he will not be able to code this or that. This button will look different, and you will definitely move away from the start point where your idea was so cool and nice, and then you just start losing your ideas one by one from with designer and developer and so on. So you're gonna spend about $500, for example, with the developer that who will code the website for you. When talking about online builder, you will spend nothing. Basically, you just get a builder that you can use yourself, and you can create whatever you want using the widgets and tools which are included in that builder, and you will be the owner of the project. You will be doing whatever in your mind, and basically you will be able to achieve 100% of the result, and it will totally depend on you. Let's talk about one more thing that I think online builders are winners in. Nowadays, it is really popular to use mobile devices and tablets to preview the websites, and probably 50% of our time we will search for online business or for some. Uh, I apologize. I have a question here. Hey Max, what happened? Cannot hear anything. Guys, does anyone experience the same issue? I'm really sorry if you're not able to hear me, guys, at this moment, but those of you who keeps hearing me, I'm gonna continue for you. So, um, the point number 3 is responsiveness. What is it? Basically, when the website adopts to the size of the screen that is used to preview your website. It can be a large PC monitor, or it can be a small tablet uh, screen. The content of the website will adapt automatically depending on the size of the screen that is used to preview the website. So that's what you call responsive website. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna be charged another couple of $100 by a developer if you're gonna ask for responsive design. When you use online builders, everything will be responsive right away. So you don't need to pay extra money uh, for getting responsive feature when using online builders, because usually all of their templates already include responsiveness. All right, guys, thank you for checking that up. Okay, let's see, I can hear and see fine. Perfect. So I'm gonna continue. So responsiveness is another thing you want to think about, and it's going to cost you extra when hiring a professional, and it pretty much comes out of a box when talking about online builders. Another thing I want to compare between these two ways of building a website will be updating your website. Let's pretend today you've spent about $1,000 and created a website with a designer and a programmer, and already you have like 5 pages. People started to come over to your website, and right now you've decided to add more services to expand your business even more, and you want to update your website with additional content, and maybe you want to post some blog posts and so on. You probably a blog post is pretty easy to manage, but what about adding content inside of your web pages? That can be a hassle if you have no idea about how to code and the coder did all of the job for you. When talking about the online builders, uh, you can update your content at any time. Basically, you can log in inside of your builder from any browser with internet connection and simply apply changes that you want to appear on your website, and it would take just about 5 minutes to add extra text or maybe an image and provide extra service about what your business been doing so far. So updating and maintaining your website should be another point that you should think about when making a decision if you want to hire a professional or choose an online builder. One more thing is I've covered this topic a little bit about misunderstandings. When you need to deal with different people like designers, programmers, and maybe marketing team, and everybody will have their own idea on how the website should look like, and there will be always some sort of misunderstanding when communicating with the team, and that brings you to a delayed release of your website. It brings you to more misunderstanding problems. When working with an online builder, you create what you want and you don't worry about these misunderstandings any longer, because you can handle everything yourself. You can update the information, you can change it at any time, you can add whatever you want without getting these changes done by the designer and then moving these changes over to coder, and then the coder will publish them, and then you have more problems because you've forgot to add one more shipping address or something like that. So having a content management system, a builder that will help you to update your website, gives you much more power and takes away from any sort of a headache when that you can get when working with professionals. I have one more thing to point about. It's missing deadlines when you work with a designer or a professional programmer. You'll probably be dealing with human beings, and they can get sick, they can get some family issues, and your project can be delayed for 1 day or 1 week or even some 1 month. That happens as well, believe me. So when working with other people, you are dependent on them, and when you do all of that yourself using the online builder, it basically helps you to manage your deadlines yourself. Basically, deadlines depend on you only. And that is another cool thing that you need to think of when thinking about your startup website or a website for your future business. So, as for me, it is pretty clear that building a website with an online builder will be much more useful in nowadays business. You will be charged much less money. You will be the owner of the project. You will choose the design yourself, and you will be the one who will be updating it and making it look the way you need. But if you look at my next slider, the one that you see right now, you'll definitely notice there are thousands of website builders online, and you're probably gonna break your head on making a choice which one to go along with. It because each and every website builder will offer their own options, and you're probably gonna just be lost when choosing the right builder to go ahead with. As for me, I would say that I prefer a website builder that does not include any ongoing charges. Basically, you're not getting charged on monthly basis, you're not getting charged on annual basis, and I definitely do not recommend to choose free options. Free option will always come with a limited functionality inside of the builder, uh, and also it will have some advertisement on your website, because a website builder that gives you access to the builder itself for no money, they'll probably want to earn money on making some marketing activities on your website. So if you do not want to have a short line on the footer of your website saying that website is created and supported by some other third company, you probably want to go ahead with a paid builder than a free builder, because you would just benefit more from it. And why did I say that annual and monthly fees are not that interesting for me? Because if you make a one-time payment and pick a builder that does not require any recurrent payments, basically you will be done purchasing with one-time payment. So if you go ahead with annual fees, within 5 years it will cost you 10 times, 100 times more than you was able to pay originally for one-time payment builder. Uh, anyway, I hope you got an idea what I'm talking about. So, guys, with this being said, I would like to give you an ultimate solution for unskilled users with a fixed budget, and that is MotoCMS. Basically, that's the builder that I'm working with for 6 years, and I can tell you for sure that's the builder I'm using for every website I build for my job and out of my job. A couple of words why MotoCMS will be the best choice for you is gonna be on the next slide. First of all, MotoCMS offers a drag and drop website builder that helps you to build the website without any coding. So you basically just drag and drop widget like a slide or an image or text object or I don't know, contact form, Google Map, then you just simply double click on it, you apply some changes to that widget, these changes getting saved, and you do not need to code any longer in order to get the desired appearance of that widget. One more thing that I would like to point your attention on is responsive design. Any device can preview your website that is built on MotoCMS, and the content will drop down uh, suiting the size of the screen itself. So you don't need to worry about mobile version of your website. You just simply can build the website inside of MotoCMS Builder and check how it will look like on any other device, and you can arrange the change just and make sure that your website looks nice and smooth on any device right from the admin panel without having a need to go into any other place or any other website builder. I mean, like mobile builder, etc. Another thing that I've just been talking about, no monthly or annual fees for the builder. Basically, you make a one-time payment, you get a template that comes along with the builder, all you need to do is just upload it to your hosting account, and there will be no other charges for the builder applied whenever, I'm sorry. So let's say within 5 years you're gonna be using MotoCMS website and it will still cost you, for example, $100. When choosing another website builder that applies annual fees, you will pay, let's say, $50 per year, and within 5 years it will be $250 instead of $100 that you've spent with MotoCMS. So monthly and annual fees can be attractive at the very start point when you think about creating a website. But if you plan to have your website for a couple of years or more, that definitely should be something that will not require monthly or annual fees, because you don't want to be paying to someone for pretty much for nothing, for just using the builder, and if you stop paying, you can lose your website. That's not cool at all. With MotoCMS, that doesn't happen. As we do not have any, actually we do not have advertisements at all with the MotoCMS. Once you install the template to your server, it will be always up and running, and there will be no word that the website is built using MotoCMS. We will never show our advertising campaigns. We will never use your website statistics in order to promote MotoCMS somehow. So that's another cool thing that you might be thinking about when choosing the builder. Another thing I'm really proud of is a 24/7 free 1 year support. Basically, you can get in chat and talk to a live person about any functionality inside of MotoCMS Builder, and your questions will be answered right away. That is really amazing. No other website builder will offer you such an amazing service like MotoCMS does. You will always be submitting tickets and waiting for 1 to 3 days or maybe a week to get a simple question answered, and probably the answer will just include a link to some sort of a guide, and that's it. The ticket will be closed. That's not how it works with MotoCMS. Your ticket will be replied within 2 to 4 hours, and you can get emergency assistance in a chat right away. You don't need to worry about being lost with your problem and having no answer to what you've been stuck with. And another thing that I've just mentioned also is that MotoCMS is self-hosted. You can basically download it to your computer, upload it to your server, and then we have no influence to your files and folders. You can manage your backups yourself, and you can have as many copies of your website saved on your web storage. So we will not charge you for hosting fees. It will be your own choice on what hosting company you want to go ahead with. So here are the main benefits that I can mention with MotoCMS. I can mention probably 100 more benefits with MotoCMS, but I'm not willing to waste too much of your time, and I'm gonna move forward to a practical part of this webinar. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna create a website within probably just 5 to 10 minutes using MotoCMS Builder, and I will show you some tips and tricks on how to update your search engine, uh, how to update information about your keywords, titles, headings, and description to make sure that people can find your business online. And why is it so important that your web page is SEO friendly? Simply just think about that, the lemonade. I love that story. Think about the lemonade. If you want if you have a lemonade that you want to sell to people, what will be the most important thing that you want to catch up with in order to get the highest sales? I mean, it, it's not supposed to be the tastiest lemonade in the world. It's not supposed to be the cheapest lemonade in the world. The main idea is to find those people who are that thirsty to find your lemonade first. So that's where Google came out. I mean, Google helps those that thirsty people to find a place where they can purchase your lemonade, and if you're gonna be number one on the search results, that's gonna be your sale. All of the people, okay, 90% of the people will be purchasing lemonade from your website because they found your solution the first. That is why search engine optimization is very crucial when building a website. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna switch over to MotoCMS Builder. That is how it looks like when you get it installed to your hosting space. That's how the dashboard looks like, and then you just simply jump over to Pages tab. Here you have a list of your pages, and right here I have some default header and some default footer, and I'm gonna try to create something pretty tasty and sell my services and online. So my startup will be creating a body shop website. So I want to promote auto repair services online. I'm sorry. And that's the template that I chose. Basically, it's gonna be about some car repair. And here on the left hand side, I already have some blocks that can help me to build my website. So let's take care of my homepage first. I want to have a huge heading on top of my website that will give the main idea of what my website does. Basically, my business will be about auto repair and maintenance, and I will update the text a little bit later. After that, I probably want to share why people want to choose my company. So I'm gonna drag and drop the block that will has 4 columns with different description why they choose my particular business. After that, I probably want to share some statistics about what our business has been doing so far. Then I want to show my engineers. My mechanics gonna be right after my stats. And probably the best idea will be having a Google map somewhere at the bottom of my website, but I don't want to use the whole block. Probably I will use just the Google Map widget itself without adding any other information. So I just drop the Google Map underneath, and here it comes. I'm gonna disable the spacing. Alright. So my home page is pretty much ready. That will be more than enough information to share with my clients on the home page. I'm gonna save the changes, and I'm gonna move forward and go to services page that I want to create for you. I probably want to have some heading here, something like that, and instead of about us, I'm probably gonna put services. What's next? I want to share what kind of services my team offers, so I'm gonna find the blog that can share my services right here. I probably want to share some testimonials, what people say about our services. Here is the blog, and I think that will be more than enough for my services page. I'm gonna save that as for now, and I'm gonna create the page number 3. That will be my contacts page right here. It's gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna just include the Google Map widget and some contact information about my business, like this. Alright, so I'm done building my website. Let's pretend I'm done. I'm gonna include all of these tax information later. I just need to change my working hours from 8 AM to 9 PM to whatever my local business does. I need to change my address and phone number and probably the email address, and then choose what email it should be used for the contact form, simply just like that, you know. So I'm gonna save the change, and right now I'm gonna point your attention on how to optimize your website with um, some SEO tricks. So first of all, when thinking about search engine optimization, we need to understand what will be the best keyword for our website. The main idea for my particular sample is car repair. So I'm gonna check the competition rate for that keyword in order to get the best shot for the website. I'm gonna put car repair. There is such a tool that says Google AdWords. They offer a tool, keyword planner, where you can paste any keyword and then you will see the average monthly searches for that keyword and the competition. For my search key, it is low competition. What competition is about? How many people use that keyword to promote their website? So you probably want to get as low competition as possible to make sure that your website will jump up higher when somebody uses that keyword to search for the business. I'm gonna actually sort the search results by average monthly searches, and I can see that the body shop has about 1 million searches on a monthly basis, and it still has low competition. So that will be my keyword number one, and I probably want to use that keyword in my title. So my title will be my brand name, Truck Fix, and I would say for the title, I'll put Body Shop Professional Services. So I've included the main keyword, which is body shop, and I've added what we are doing in that body shop. We are providing professional services. And that's pretty cool. You just pasted that information here, you click the save button, and when you go to preview your web page, you can see that the title already appears on the top of your browser. The same I'm gonna do with page keywords. I'm gonna use my original keyword that I've been thinking about. It's car repair. I think it's auto repair. Let's put it auto repair, body shop, and let's say car repair. Oh, actually, about the page title, you need to make sure it is less than 60 symbols, because that is something that appears on the search results when somebody searches for your business. For example, MotoCMS website has title that says Quick Website Builder. So if someone will search my business saying truck fix, it will say truck fix, I'm sorry, best body shop professional services. The next thing you want to think about is page description. That part of your website should also include some keywords that you've came up with for your business, and it also needs to be less than 250 symbols. So I already have something prepared for my page description. What I do have here is truck fix, sorry for that, offers complete auto body glass windshield and paintless dent repair services, your best body shop in Chicago. Why do I put in Chicago? Because I want to make sure that my truck fix business is based in Chicago. I'm targeting on a local business, so I'm gonna put the name in a page description that will make me that will put my website higher when somebody is looking for a body shop in Chicago. My website will appear higher than any other website from any other areas. So make sure you target on that as well. I'm gonna save these changes. And also I want to make sure that I do have my keyword in my heading, which is an H1 tag. And for the heading, I'm gonna include auto repair and maintenance. Auto repair is my keyword, so I'm gonna select that part of the text and simply choose heading 1. Make sure that you have only one heading on a web page, because H1 tag can be located only in one place, and that also influences your online ranking as well. You can have H2 tags all over the place later on your page. For example, these titles can be set to heading 2, and notice that you do not need to apply any coding in order to change the tags for your sorry, that's my fault. That I'm gonna be cheating like this. Alright, so here it is, heading number 2, and it looks like I'm done with my home page. So I've took care of the title right here, I've took care of page description right here, and I've set the H1 tag, and all of them are using the keywords that have pretty good monthly searches in average and low competition, so I can compete with other websites using these keywords. Let's go ahead and work with my services page. Here it comes, services page. I'm sorry, I'm just checking out what will be the first step that I would like to update on that web page. Alright, so once again I need to start with keywords for that web page, and I'm gonna check auto repair services keyword to see if it's a good choice for that web page. So I get some results, not too many searches for that, for the 3 words, but I still have low competition. What I can choose from: mechanic near me, not gonna work for me. Auto body shop might be a good option, but not for the services page, as I want to use services, car services. Auto repair shop might be a good choice. Transmission repair should be a good one, as there are a lot of different searches for that. Radiator repair might be a good keyword to be used on a services page. Truck repair, it's not that good. Brake services can be used on my services page. So these are the ones that I will be using. What I'm gonna set here, service is gonna be my heading 1, and when talking about the services that I'm about to offer, I will be choosing what I do have here. So radiator repair is gonna be the first one. Let's make it look nicer, just like this. Number 2 will be brake services. Sorry for that. How am I getting that? Alright, I'm gonna replace it like this. And I want to make sure it's gonna be H2 tag, because I want to make sure people can get some information. I want to make sure I benefit from these keywords when I use them on my website. Oil change, I think that's gonna be a pretty good idea to search for that as well, because I do always search oil change. Oh, sorry for that, when thinking about getting my truck fixed. Alright, so that's an idea how you probably want to get your services ready, and also I'm gonna save these changes, and also I'm gonna include that on my services page description. I already have that prepared right here. What I do have is your best local body shop in Chicago. Again, I point my attention for the local body shop, and I still use body shop keyword in my page description. All auto repair services at affordable price. So here are my keywords are used as well. Auto repair services, body shop, Chicago. People will be able to look for my business using these keywords. And I already set H1 tag, and I already set a couple of H2 tags. I'm not gonna change anything here as for now because it's not gonna help us too much. So I'm gonna save that page as well and move forward. Alright, we don't have any questions so far. Let me take care of search optimization for context page. I already need to update, probably put it Illinois right here and set it as H2, as well as Chicago gonna be H2 heading right here. Get in touch will be heading number 1. And I want to change the Google map to Chicago as well. Let it catch it up with me. Alright, I think it's gonna be good zooming. Let's make it 15. And I'm gonna save the changes. So for SEO settings, I need to change the context page. I'll keep it context as well still, and I'm gonna add the description where I will say that my body shop is located in Chicago and I offer all the car repair services at affordable price. So I'm gonna save here that information, and let's preview my website. Oh, actually I don't need so many menu items right here, so let me take care of them real quick. I don't need about us, I don't need gallery, I don't need our team, I don't need blog, I don't need news, I don't need events, testimonials. I don't need all of them, I have just 3 pages. So my home page gonna go to home page, my services page will open my services page, that's good to know, and my contacts page will open contacts page. Here you go. Actually you can drag and drop that the way you need, and then these changes will appear right here. So I'm gonna save that, and I'm gonna go to my website, check how the menu just changed. When I'm on my home page, the title is right here. When I go to my services page, services title also here included, and context as well, right here. So I've showed you how it is easy to create a web page using MotoCMS Builder, just dragging and dropping elements from the left hand side. It can be blocks, which are just sorted out depending on your website needs. You can choose blocks from contacts, testimonials, teams counters, general content, galleries, footers, and even some other pages like 404 or maintenance page. Or you can simply manage your content using the different widgets and functions on the left side when choosing from different widgets, serve that. Alright, so, and I also shared with you information how to optimize your website using keywords and page description and set in H1 tags using MotoCMS Builder. So let me also show you how to take care of your social media buttons. I have them right here, social links. I do have a bunch of dummy URL links to different social media. So I already prepared the link to my MotoCMS webpage. I'm gonna just copy and paste it right here. I do have a Twitter right here. I don't need anything else. So I'm gonna paste Twitter, and I do have Google Plus to be added to my webpage as well. I don't have Pinterest URL, so I'm gonna just delete it, and you see it just disappeared from here, just like this. So you don't need to code if it should appear there or not. Simply paste the URL that you want to show up, then save the button, click Save button, click View Page, and these changes will already appear on your website. So if I click on Facebook, I'll get directed to MotoCMS Facebook fan page right away. That's how you want to implement your social media with your website, because you may always share some information on your social media, and that will bring your leads to visit your website, and that will help you to generate more sales and get more profit from what you're doing. All right, let me see. It looks like I'm done with my main portion of the webinar, and probably the last section of the webinar will be questions and answers, and I already do. Oh, thank you for doing a good job. Alright, I do see already one question asked by Kadungo, sorry for misspelling your name. If I want to add a call to action from in the services page, how do we do that? With MotoCMS, it is pretty simple. I go to my services page, and I do have a button right here that was already pre-designed in my blog that I dropped here. First of all, you can change the design of that button to look any other way. It's all preset for you. So let's use this one, for example. I like that yellow color and the hover effect. And then, for example, I'm gonna create a test page that I want. That will be my brake service web page. It is totally empty. I'm gonna add some general content over here, how we do brake services, and I'm gonna put it here. Brake. Sorry for that. Brake services. For that page, it will be H1 tag already. I'm gonna save that change. So I have a page that's name is brake services. It's already included in SEO settings. Our MotoCMS admin panel did that for you. I'm gonna publish that page so everybody who preview the website can visit that URL. And then I go back to my services page. I choose the button. I've said I want to use preset number 3, and for the brake services I choose go to page option. You can go to blog, open the URL, mail to function, open an image in Lightbox, or even open a file with a simple click action for that button. But I need to open up a web page, and I'm gonna choose brake services page, and I'm gonna save that change. So let's go to the website. Let's go to services page, and right now my click to action button for the brake services will be right here. Brake services web page. Then I simply go back. You see how it works? So I hope the first question has been answered. How I do have another question coming up. How do we add a video or MP3? Oh, that's a pretty good question. Thank you for that. I'm gonna show how powerful MotoCMS Media Library is. Here you can in the media library, when you click on all items, you can preview all of the media that is used on your web page. All of the images, MP3 files, PDF files, .doc files, even the video files can be previewed here. Unfortunately, I do not have any sample file for MP3 or MP4 that can be used for the demonstration, but you can upload that file from here. Just simply choose the file from your system or drag and drop it here and it will be uploaded to your media library. After that, you can simply open and choose only the video files to be displayed. There are lots of different sorting icons that will help you to manage your media. You can highlight, for example, video and audio only files. I don't have any with me, but you will be able to do so. After that, then simply go to a page where you need to put a video. For example, I want to have a video on a home page, and for example, I want to have it between these two blocks and display on how I do business. I don't know, some video testimonial from my client, for example. I'm gonna drop an row right here. I'm gonna separate it into 3 columns like this. After that, I'm gonna scroll down and I will have 2 options. I can add a YouTube or Vimeo video, or I can add a video player, and it will offer you to open up any video file from the media library right away. So you will be able just to select the file, click apply button, and the video appear right here. If you want to add the video, you can also go here and you'll get the same pop-up as well. Unfortunately, I do not have any video file to demonstrate you how it works, so let me show you how the YouTube video can be added. I've just deleted the row that I've added before, so I'm gonna add it again. Let's divide it into 3 columns. Let me go over to youtube.com. I don't know, MotoCMS. Here is some MotoCMS video. I just copy the link. Alright, so I have the link copied, so you can see it right here. And I'm gonna add the video file to the stage. Then I'm gonna paste the URL and simply press save button. Video is on your web page. You can manage its size by changing the width of the side columns. You can make just 2 columns, put the video to the left and add some text to the right with some description, you know. Something like that. So I hope I've answered the question about video or MP3. Actually, MP3 is gonna be pretty much the same. We have 2 options for that. You can use third-party software, which is SoundCloud. Simply upload your music to SoundCloud and it will work like YouTube. It will pull out your information from your account. Or you can use an audio player. When you add it to the stage, it simply offers you to pick up one of MP3 files that you have in your media library, and you also see that you can only pick audio files here. I don't have any with me to share with you and show you how it works, but you just simply need to choose the audio file that will be played and press apply button, and there will be your audio player right here. And you can manage all of the colors, all of the appearance and information that comes up for the users. So that is just a generic look of the audio player. You can modify it yourself under Design tab. Actually, I can show you how to do that right now. I have one more question from Nick, and I'm gonna take care of that real quick. I just want to share with you some information about our preset builder. Let's say, for example, I want to take care of audio player. Here we go. and I have audio player. I didn't save my changes for the audio player. I'm gonna do that real quick. Sorry for that, guys. So audio player right here. I won't be able probably to save it without an audio file being added. Yeah, it just simply not displays when I go under design section. Oh no, it's here. So I can change the font color, I can change the background, progress bar can be green, volume can be yellow, and all of these icons and the hover effects can be changed pretty easy. You just need to catch up nice colors to suit your website and make sure it looks good and not so eye-catchy like I did have right now, because it's a little bit distorted with the colors, so you need to make sure you play well with the colors. And I'm gonna move forward with the next questions. Can I create my store based on your template, and if yes, how can I do it? Yes, you may create a web store using MotoCMS templates. This particular template does not allow you to do so, but if you go to MotoCMS.com website and go to our template designs, you will find an eStore tab right here. And here we have about 30 different layouts for your future web store that you can choose from and start building your website using the same drag and drop editor and create a fully featured website with lots of different payment methods, with shipping types, and so on. If you want more information about eStore templates, you might put that in the note, and maybe the next webinar that I will be holding for you will be exactly about how to create an e-commerce website. If you're interested, guys, I will be more than happy to share some more information about e-commerce plugin for you. And actually, um, all right, let me move forward to another question that I have in the chat right here. Max, you can call me Katie. Oh, Katie. All right. Katie, here's your question. How to add a form with custom fields? That's a pretty good question. At this particular moment, MotoCMS offers you a fixed amount of items that can be added into your contact form. So if I go to my contacts page, I do have three fields right here: your name, email address, and message. On the right hand side, you can turn on even more objects to be available in your contact form, and you can make them mandatory or required to be fulfilled before somebody submits the form. But unfortunately, you cannot add drop downs or radio buttons or checkboxes. In order to do so, you will need to use an embed widget and generate some third-party custom contact form um, coded for you that you can paste the code here and it will work the way you need. MotoCMS team also does that kind of customizations, and we can review any of requests like that for you for additional cost. Actually, that is also one thing that our developers are working on right now. We plan on adding more features to our contact forms probably by the end of summer, maybe in the beginning of autumn. Yeah, that's an approximate wait time when you can expect that feature to come out. And actually, about the MotoCMS, we do release updates once per month, and about just less than a month ago, we released a huge update that included copy and pasting widgets and duplicating widgets. Now it's a lot more simple to build websites using MotoCMS. I can copy the contact form from one page, get out of that page, go to home page. I don't know, choose some widget. For example, audio player, and I can paste my contact form right under the audio player without any problem. Copying and pasting from one page to another is no longer a problem with MotoCMS 3. Can we add captcha? Katie, that is another thing that you need to worry about when working with MotoCMS. Captcha is not yet available with MotoCMS contact form widget, so that is what you can do. You can add embed widget and get the contact form with the captcha being used at MotoCMS website, but it needs to be developed by a third party or by our MotoCMS department. Our support team can do that for you as well, but please be informed that there might be additional charge for you. I don't see any additional questions so far, so I think I can be done with questions and answers section. I'm already 16 minutes over my webinar, so I need to get this done pretty soon. I'm pretty sure you guys have some job to do, or maybe some other webinars to join. So I'm gonna move to the, here you go, I've catched up one more question, two more questions. Max, I have a couple of quick questions that are unique to my business. Can I have a conversation with you outside of the webinar? Sure, I'm gonna leave my email address right in the chat. You can get in touch with me at any time. All of your questions will be answered, and I'll do my best in order to suit your business needs and help you to launch your website as soon as possible. So do not hesitate contacting me directly. I will handle all of your requests within 24 hours from that webinar, and actually within a couple of hours will be in touch still in the office, and will be able to reply to your emails that you're gonna shoot me real quick. I have a couple of more questions. Can you do a tutorial regarding installing your MotoCMS website on your hosting cPanel? Actually, we do have a tutorial. We do have a step-by-step user guide on how to upload the MotoCMS admin panel to a web hosting, but we don't have an actual video on how to do that. If that is something that you're looking for, just put that note in the chat, and I will make sure that we launch something like that for you. In case we are not able to do that for all of the clients right away on our knowledge base, I will definitely make sure that I reply back to you with installation manual and assistance via personal email. So just feel free to email me directly, and I will take care of the installation questions that might appear during your work. One more question from Liam. If I want to make just one payment, for example, a donation button, would I still need to purchase an e-store template? Not really, Liam. The donation button is pretty simple thing that you can do with any website. I can even show you an example. For example, donation button PayPal. Donation buttons. And here is a button, create your button now. It's really, really simple. So I want to make donations for MotoCMS. Donation ID, I don't need it. I want it to be in dollars. Amount. I want people be able to enter their own amount, and I want money to be sent over to my personal PayPal, to my personal email address. I don't want MotoCMS to get that money. So I'm gonna click on create button, and here is the code. Then I'm gonna just copy, go to my web page. I'm gonna drop the embed widget right here. I'm gonna paste the code here, and I'm gonna save the changes. And here's your donate button. Let me show you how it works. For example, someone wants to donate. I'm gonna click donate button. It will take me to a PayPal web page where I just need to input the information I want to, just input the amount of money I want to donate and then enter all of my personal information and continue with the donation. So it is really, really simple to do with MotoCMS, even though it is not part of MotoCMS engine. And Liam, I hope your question is answered. And let me see if I do have any other questions. Thanks, a good suggestion, education group. All right. All right, guys, so looks like these are all of the questions that I had for now, and I'm gonna move to the last portion of my website. I did tell you that I'm gonna have a really nice deal with our product and our partner in Motion Hosting. So guys, for those who've entered my webinar today, I have a special offer. Regular price to launch the website with MotoCMS and with what I am about to offer you will be $199 for the template itself, $49 for the installation services, $49 for the first year of hosting, and please keep in mind free domain name is included in that deal. So for $49, usually what people get is 1 year hosting with our recommended hosting provider and a free domain name to be used with that hosting account. And template customization is one more offer that comes with my special deal today. Basically, our team will create up to 6 pages of unique content for you. All you need to do is just to send over your logo, the colors that you want to use along with the template, and also you need to send us pictures and text that you want to use on up to 6 images, and we will build the website for you and make it look good, nice, and successful. So usual price for that package will be $416, but of course I do have a pretty nice discount for you guys, and for those of you who've joined the webinar today, the prices are getting down twice. So it will be $99 for the template, it will be $24 for the installation, $24 for the first year hosting and for the first year of your domain name, and it will be just $69 for the template customization, and our team will build the website for you. You can save about $200 on your first website right now, so guys, please use that promo code that I have on my screen right now. It is Moto Webinar. Copy it and save it somewhere with you. You may use it till the end of this week. The promo code expires by the end of Sunday. So don't lose your chance to save that money and launch the website with twice less budget than you can do with MotoCMS. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna do that with MotoCMS because I'm 100% sure you've liked our product, and if you are not sure if you want to get it or not, you can still register a 14-day free trial, see if the builder suits your needs or not, and then make a decision and go ahead with the purchase. Just don't miss your chance. The offer for that webinar will expire this Sunday, so go ahead and use that if you made a decision and decided to launch your website today. Once again, thanks everybody for joining me today. Thanks for your attention. Thank you for sharing your time with me. And I really like that all of you guys pretty much stayed all the time concentrated with me. I've saw a lot of different questions asked by the attendees today, and that is really something I liked. That is just my second webinar, but I promise you to have more webinars in future. So sign up for our newsletter and we will keep you posted once new webinar comes out. I will definitely let you know about that. And in the comments you may still put the topics that you would like me to cover for the future webinars. Maybe you want to hear something particular on how to work with e-commerce website, for example, or maybe you want to see the technical part on how to install MotoCMS template to the web hosting. And believe me, it's really easy. It takes less than 5 to 10 minutes, so it can be just a 30-minute webinar, guys. Anyway, share your ideas and I will do my best to catch up with them. Once again, thank you for your time and have a wonderful day. That will be end of our webinar, guys. See you. Goodbye.